This is how I build my battlefield using the watering hole framework. Before I take a trade, I want to know exactly where price is inside the bigger structure. So first, I go to the weekly chart. I mark the weekly high and the weekly low, and that gives me my weekly box. When I'm on the chart, I go into the drawing tools, find the box tool, and tap the high of the candle and the low of the candle. That creates the box for me. Then, I adjust the box to my liking, and I usually extend it out a little farther to the right, so when tomorrow comes, or the next day comes, price is still sitting inside that structure visually. That way, I can keep the range in front of me instead of guessing where the battlefield starts and ends. After that, I split the weekly range in half and mark the weekly midline. I keep the weekly box white and I keep the weekly midline white because this is my higher time frame structure. This weekly chart is my bigger map, so I only change it once a week. I'm not constantly touching it because I want that weekly structure to stay clean and consistent. Then I drop down to the daily chart. Now I do the same thing again. I mark the daily high and the daily low, create the daily box, and split that range in half to create the daily midline. I make the daily box yellow because this becomes my battlefield for the week. The weekly gives me the macro structure. The daily gives me the active battlefield. The difference is, the daily chart is what I update every single day. So the weekly is my bigger map that changes once a week. The daily is my battlefield that changes every day. That helps me stay organized and stop treating every time frame the same. The reason the midline matters is because it shows me equilibrium. It tells me where the true middle of the range is. If price is above the midline, that tells me one thing. If price is below it, that tells me something else. And if price keeps hanging around the middle, that can tell me we're dealing with chop or the desert. This process helps me stop trading randomly. Now I know where price is inside the weekly range. I know where price is inside the daily range. And I know whether price is trading near the top, near the bottom, or stuck in the middle. The goal is not to guess. The goal is to mark the structure first, then let price tell the story. So the weekly is the map, the daily is the battlefield, and next I'll break down the 15-minute chart because that's the execution zone I use for beginners. Structure first, bias second, execution last.